Okay, great. Because I told Greg to stop. We were just chatting before we got started with the show. And I wanted to say this officially on the record. This SmackDown doesn't deserve you going through an elaborate setup, Greg.
No, this is this was what it was. It was the night before Rumble. And that's what, we're calling this one. Twas the night before Rumble.
Oh, Greg, 'twas the night before Rumble. And all through the SmackDown, Triple H was too busy patting himself on the back for being put in the Hall of Fame again.
Yeah. That's the big news out of this episode if you didn't see it on socials.
Yeah, that was the big news out of this. If you didn't already see it on socials. And Stephanie McMahon's in the front row. There. Good night, everybody. We're going to go to our Royal Rumble preview.
Yeah. Honestly, that's what I'm most excited, I think, out of this SmackDown is I want to get my hands on Stephanie's Places, I think is what they're calling Steph's new show on ESPN.
Yeah, so it's going to be a combination of her sitting down with a WWE superstar and looking at historic moments in WWE history.
Fair enough. It's really funny. If you Google Stephanie's Places, obviously the first hit comes up as an article on the trailer for this that's dropped a couple of days ago. The item on the right-hand side is Stephanie's Grill and Bar in Hawkesbury, Ontario.
Yeah, so apparently maybe that's the place to go watch this show at.
I don't know. We'll see.
Podcast and sports entertainment is Brad, the dad and father Greg, the SmackDaddies.
All right, let's start this show officially. Hello, friends, and welcome to your SmackDown review for The Hub. I am Brad, the dad, and riding shotgun with me is my tag team partner, Greg, Father Feltham.
Bless you, my son.
And it's time for the speed run.
Dummy, yeah.
Greg, what?
I don't have the audio for that.
Oh, you didn't have the audio for that? Okay,
no.
Well then that means
and you're gonna forget to pull this out in post.
All right, hold on. It's time for the speed run? There, it actually worked. Okay. I don't know, Greg. Like this show was we got 4 announcers on the show.
Yes, we did.
We had an Okerlund position.
If you didn't know, Pat McAfee, he's from Indy, and Pat McAfee apparently is the reason why Royal Rumble's in Indy.
And that was the first 5 minutes of the show.
And you know what? Honestly, this was unoffensive, I think is the best word I can use to describe this.
Perfect. So, wait, hold on, Greg. Okay, we're playing the game without playing the game. Right. So we are playing our SmackDown synopsis game.
Right.
This is your SmackDown synopsis.
Because Greg is on his way to the rink, as a good hockey dad does, first thing in the morning. And yeah, this episode, we're going to try and go through it really quickly because really what we're setting you up for is the Royal Rumble tonight.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we're hoping that we can entertain you more than the pre-show. So yeah, Pat McAfee we're going to keep that.
I was going to say, basically at this point, I think the pre-show is about ready to start for WWE because the damn thing is going to be, it's an early show today. So.
Okay, so Miz is in the back and he's mouthing off. Are we keeping or cutting this?
We're going to keep this only because I was more fascinated about the pin on Nick Aldis's suit than I was anything else.
Yeah, and Miz, this sets up the fact that Miz is going to wrestle El Idolo later because, yeah, sure.
Yeah, some Cien Almas.
Almas and chill.
Yeah.
Okay, Jimmy's in the back. He's doing his walking promo. Did you see who was in the background?
I did. I actually was expecting that Shinsuke Nakamura was actually going to get involved and take Jimmy out before this match even happened.
I really like this idea because this is a great way for Jimmy to get a title. Like, it won't hurt Shinsuke to lose his title at some point to Jimmy.
Probably. I like that they put plant seeds.
Yeah, this was one of those things, like, they rewarded you if you sat through this, but if you didn't sit through this, Greg, what are we doing with Jimmy and Carmelo?
Oh, you bet your ass we're cutting this.
So Jimmy beats Carmelo after he grabs his tights and outsmarts him after Carmelo tried to do the same thing.
Yep.
Jackie Redmond's WWE by the numbers.
Yeah, you're going to see this 4 times tomorrow, today, so I wouldn't worry about this.
Plus, it's available on their YouTube channel probably by now. Chelsea Green talking to Byron Saxton.
I like this. We're going to keep this only because I loved that they start calling Piper Niven her secret Hervice.
Yeah, that was very funny. What about the match itself? Chelsea Green versus with Piper Niven versus, oh my gosh, B-Fab is on the outside and Meechin. What, like, Greg?
Yeah, I think this is one by definition, you superstar. I think I'm sick of seeing Meechin and Chelsea Green together right now. Let's take a break. And that's the same way I feel, frankly, about the Carmelo Hayes Uso match from earlier, because we saw it 2 weeks ago.
Also, this match ended with a DQ, which does not give me hope that you're getting your wish.
Well, and that's why I think this needs to be superstar, because in reality, all you need to see at the end is where Chelsea's kind of running scared and, grabs the kendo stick from ringside and starts beating the crap out of Meechin until Meechin gets the stick and then works over Green with it.
Yeah, it really was a nothing match. You know what was annoying, though? Byron Saxton talking to Naomi and Bianca.
Well, I'm so kind of done with Naomi, Bianca, and the ever loving story of how long does it take someone to pull up video footage of what the hell's happened to Jade Cargill, and do we see Jade Cargill tomorrow or tonight at Royal Rumble?
I'm getting more worried of what's wrong with Jade Cargill, because if she doesn't come back tomorrow night, I'm really worried.
Yeah, I don't know.
She's preggers.
Ooh, I don't know. I really don't know. But yeah.
All right. Byron Saxton says, we talked about Byron Saxton.
But yeah, we don't need that.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, we cut it. Charlotte Flair's rehab video, Greg.
I do not hold a lot of hope for Charlotte's return, if I'm being frank, because I think she's
winning. She's winning everything, Greg, like 5 times over.
Yeah, I know she's returning today at the Rumble. I don't want her to win it, if I'm being honest.
She's got Greg. Rick had what? 16-time world champion, 18-time world champion. What's the fictional number? 16, right?
I think it's 16. But here's the thing. I think John Cena needs to break it first, and then Charlotte can do whatever afterwards.
Yeah, because Charlotte's going to lop Rick. She's going to get 36.
Probably.
Dameon Priest promo, where this is the one thing I will fight you to keep this.
Hold on. One of the most important things you missed.
What I miss?
We covered it earlier, but Stephanie McMahon has sat in the front row with some random child. I'm hoping it's her child. I don't think so.
Wait,
that child was way too young for one of Stephanie McMahon's kids.
Secret children. Okay, Dameon, or maybe it's a Make-A-Wish kid.
Maybe.
Dameon Priest promo. Yeah, this is the best. This might be the best part of this whole show.
Yeah, the Dameon Priest Jacob Fatu interaction. Yeah, that was interesting. Yeah, I honestly was. I think after last week with the Jacob Fatu, it's Saturday night's main event.
Yeah,
I'm not.
Where he hip attacked Braun Strowman into a break.
Yeah, like I get what they're doing there, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm still undecided on how I feel about this yet, because Fatu basically went wild man, a wild Samoan, if you will. And then to have him come out on this and not be, going crazy and like beat the crap out of Priest. I don't know. I'm not sure I like this yet.
Well, sure. The thing I liked about it was the fact that LA Knight came out and Teddy Long just popped right up out of the bottom of the screen and said, "Holla, holla, holla, player! It's time for a tag match."
Yeah,
like this was the most Teddy Long episode ever. It was like, we're gonna just stick a bunch of people together and see if they can get along, like the Motor City Machine Guns in Las Garza.
Okay, when we talked last week, did we not say that, or did they not tell us that the tag team championship match was going to be on SmackDown?
No, apparently we screwed it. We screwed it up. We screwed it up. So
okay,
clean up on ILS.
I wasn't sure if we screwed it up or they screwed it up and then they changed their minds on it, or what.
It doesn't matter, Greg, because I think I'm happy it's on the PLE. We complained about it last
exactly.
week. It's the best thing that it could happen. And this will be a nice palate cleanser between Rumbles and ladder matches, because these guys will have a great 2 out of 3 falls match.
Yeah, I agree.
And as when we get to our Rumble preview at the end, 4 matches.
Yeah. Yep.
My brain just exploded.
Hell yeah.
So we finally do get that DIY and Pretty Deadly versus Machine Guns and Los Garza. I mean,
in the most AEW match that you'll see on WWE TV this week.
I think you're cutting this.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So Los Garza can't get along. They leave Machine Guns alone, but DIY and Pretty Deadly can't get along, and eventually Machine Guns get a roll-up win. Sure. My other thing in the back was Tama Tonga looking at the DIY's tag titles. And I guess his brother's not going to be out that long.
I don't know.
Anyways, fine. Pat McAfee and Michael Cole talked to a basketball player. Tyrese.
You're going to have to translate that one for me because I got no idea.
Tyrese Halliburton. Sure. I don't know. We're just going past it. Sure. Basketball star there. He's going to come from his game to watch the Rumble tomorrow night.
Yeah. Yeah. His game is at, 5:00 or something? The Rumble starts at 6. Yeah. That's going to be over by then.
Poor guy's going to be watching the game He's going to be sitting on the bench with his phone out watching the Rumble. Who plans these things in the city? Yeah, not me. Naomi versus Liv Morgan. What are we doing, Greg?
I think we're cutting this, if I'm being honest.
So, yeah, Naomi gets a fluky win, and after the match, they get beat down by Raquel and Liv, setting up our tag team title feud.
Yep.
Sure.
All right.
Jacob Fatu take out Braun Strowman.
Which we already talked about, and this probably would have made more sense earlier in the night when they had, Fatu on screen, but c'est la vie.
Oh, The Miz versus Almas. What are we doing?
I think we can cut this down a little bit. I don't think it needs to be as long as it was.
There was some really good stuff where you saw how acrobatic The Miz was, including Spanish Fly. But in the end, Andrade ends up hitting a spinning back elbow and knocking The Miz out. I've never seen him win with that move, but he should if he can hit it like that.
Yeah, no, I like that. I thought it was a great ending. That's what I was like, yeah, it's that's a great way to kind of finish this off.
Okay, so this is the spot. So I take it back. This is the best part of the night.
100%. 100%. Yeah, I had forgotten about this. I agree with you 100%. This is what you need to watch from SmackDown this week.
Priest is just walking through the back, had mind his business, and he runs into his old pal R-Truth, who says, "What are you doing here on Raw?"
That's right.
I was talking to Nick Aldis.
No, I was talking to Adam Pearce, and he's regrown hair.
And he's got this very distinctive British accent.
Yeah, British accent, he's grown hair. I just died. I was like, how can you not love R-Truth? Which, by the way, if you haven't listened to his sit-down interview with Chris Van Vliet, you have to go out. Have to go out and listen to it. It's great.
Shout out to our friend Chris Van Vliet. Chris did a great interview with him. And Greg, this whole interaction was so funny because he does that. And then eventually LA Knight comes in and talks about the tag match for tonight. And Truth is still there. And he just puts his arms around both of them and says, so great to have everybody here on Raw. And it's like, he's looking at, like, LA Knight is looking at him, and Dameon Priest like, don't bother.
Don't bother. Yeah. Don't bother. He mentioned something. Yeah. He mentioned something about like keeping the window closed, or so many times you can go through the window too, which is like funny as hell too.
He's just laughing at the transfer window. It's like, R-Truth doesn't have to wrestle. And you know what? I want him.
So here's the thing. You and I have had several discussions on this show about, our good friend, the Q-tip of doom holder, Apollo Crews. He had this gimmick where he didn't wrestle. Right. And, he was basically there, made a couple of quips backstage, picked up a paycheck, and went back to his hotel room. They put him in a match. He gets injured.
Are you kidding me? He's hurt?
He's hurt now after that match.
Oh, my gosh.
Like, there, and I know R-Truth can still go. Don't get me wrong here. But I could just have him doing backstage. Like, if you give me 2 segments of R-Truth pulling crap like this backstage every week, I'm not going to complain.
So you know what? I just got a solution for our other problem with him, was because really Apollo Crews needs to be in a tag team. Let's bring R-Truth over. They can be in a tag team and they don't wrestle.
Oh, that's really funny. So basically they become pretty deadly.
Oh, yeah, that's the problem. We already have one. Actually, you know what? This would be great to have the 4 of them running around. We get multiple segments of them interacting. We don't need anything, Greg. This is great.
I mean, tell you, they could bring R-Truth in as a consultant on their musical.
Oh, it writes itself. This is the greatest idea ever. Also great. Tiffy came out and did an interview. Not great, Greg. We're right. This is done. I know it hurts us to cut Tiffy, but
yeah, we got to cut this, unfortunately, because I don't want to see what I saw later in this.
Nia Jax, which was Candice LeRae distracting, then getting squished by Nia, but Nia somehow still getting the eye later on Tiffy.
Yeah,
this was stupid. Yeah. Like this. The thing was, you could tell we're padding out this show.
Yeah, this is one of those ones where I really question, like, you want your champion to look strong. You've already moved Nia over to Raw to kind of cause some crap over there. So why are you bringing her back here to I know that, our friend Mr. Corderas is going to not like as I say this, but she literally squashes Tiffy.
Squashes her. Tiffy, this would have been one where she could have gotten her heat. Tiffy could have kicked her or something, done a flip kick or something in her. By the way, she had to kick her heels off in order to fight.
Yeah.
And then slid out of the ring, and then had Nia be just mad that she didn't get her.
Yeah.
Okay. We have a few months to the Rumble, and I have a funny feeling that they're not done with each other.
Oh, to Mania, you mean?
Yeah, well, a few hours to the Rumble, months to Mania, and LA Knight and Dameon Priest versus Jacob Fatu and Tama Tonga is our main event in our Teddy Long special. Holla, holla, holla.
Yeah.
Okay, this match, nothing really happened until the end.
Yeah, this is I think that this match really started when Priest does the old school.
Yeah, about then. It was LA Knight sold for a really long time. He's not involved with the finish at all. Dameon Priest gets a hot tag. He beats up on Tama Tonga. Jacob Fatu has to be taken out on the outside by being slammed into like ring tables and ring posts and everything.
Poor Lillian Garcia.
Oh yeah, just they threw him around until they got rid of him. He was literally taken out, and then Dameon Priest hits old school and fires up with some kicks and South of Heaven. But Jacob Fatu comes back in, takes him out after the match, hitting the moonsault. Literally as the credits are coming up.
Yep.
Greg, they had a cram at the end on a 3-hour show.
But you know what, Brad? Let's bring some positivity back, which I mean, I feel wrong just saying that, but
the power
are you excited?
Of positivity?
Yeah, I feel the power of positivity. But are you excited for what we're getting today? Because today it's Rumble Day.
I am very excited for today. So I'll tell you how excited I am. My friend Jared texted me last night, and he was like, your place or my place for the Rumble, which is funny because it's the first time in all the time we have known each other that could be possible, because
we're in the Netflix era.
We're in the Netflix era. I'm going to talk to him tonight and ask. I'll report back next week. And like, how much is he watching? Like, you could be watching everything in WWE land right now in Canada if you're a Netflix subscriber.
Absolutely, you can. That's I unfortunately can't watch live tonight. I am out tonight, so I will be doing my best when I get home to try to catch up to the Rumble. My only ask of Netflix, and I beg you to do this, is on your main screen when I go. Like last night, I was out. I got home at about an hour and a half into the show, 90 minutes into the show.
Yeah, why is this not pinned as your first thing?
No, it's not that. It's that your options are watch live or pick an episode. Give me an option to watch from the beginning right off the bat, because when I click watch live, then I can go in, and I literally came in actually at the Naomi entrance. So I knew I wasn't getting any spoiling or anything from that. And then I can go up and say, hey, watch this from the beginning. But like, give it to me on the main screen.
Yeah, because here's the thing. That could be dangerous. So I'll never forget. I will throw Jared underneath the nearest moving bus in case he listens to this. Sorry, buddy. We were watching on a 20-minute delay of a particular WrestleMania, and we were catching up, but we were still about 20 minutes back. It was the Taker WrestleMania where he loses the streak, and Jared's there just on his phone doing, and he goes, "Oh no!" And we all look at him like, "What the hell are you talking about?" And he's like, I'm not saying anymore. He's like, I'm afraid I'm going to spoil this. But from that point on, you're like in the middle of the Taker match going, oh no. And then my brain clicks in about 3 minutes later, like, uh-oh.
That's right.
So let's go through this. I have this pulled up. Yeah. I think we do the Rumbles last. Let's start with the tag match. We'll do the title match. We'll basically go 4, 3, 2, 1. Because the 1 is definitely the best built thing on the show. Although nothing is built.
I'm not sure.
You think it's okay. So let's start with DIY, Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa, the champions, defending against the Motor City Machine Guns, Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin. And shout out to all 4 of these guys who have worked in very small arenas who are about to wrestle in front of the biggest crowd they've ever performed in front of.
Yeah, hear me out. Here's what I wish we could do in this 2 out of 3 falls match. I would love for this match to be broken up.
Oh, you mean like there's a fall and then we have a rumble, and then there's a fall and then we have a rumble, or a ladder match and then we have a fall?
Yeah.
That's a very interesting way to do. That would be a very interesting way to do that. Listen,
right?
Hear me out. I just want them all in 25 minutes.
And you might get it.
They better get 25 minutes. Like, we got 2-hour-long matches, 30-minute ladder match. They should each get 30. Everything should get 30 minutes, and then the hours for the Rumble. And like, if this show's like 3.5 hours, who cares?
Yeah,
it's the Rumble. So I think DIY is going to win. I don't know how they're cheating the win, but I think it makes more sense to have them.
I agree.
So yeah, I think the Machine Guns get the titles back at some point. I just don't think it's now. If I had the pencil, we'd be getting a ladder match or some kind of crazy stip match for WrestleMania, because there are enough teams on SmackDown that you can do something really cool.
Yeah, you could go that route.
Okay, so let's go to Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens. Is this the one you think is the best build match?
100%, without a doubt.
Why, Greg?
Because I think the Rumble, I don't mean for this to sound bad. The men's Rumble, I'm afraid, is going to be anticlimactic.
Because Cody Rhodes is going to win again, as Jimmy predicted on the main show.
Do you know what? That actually would be a really interesting way to play the Rumble, if I'm being 100% honest.
He loses the ladder match and wins the Rumble. No, when Jimmy said it, I was like, that's brilliant.
100%. I never even considered that being a possibility. But the more I think about it, the more I like that after I heard Jimmy's take on that. I think Kevin Owens actually needs to win this.
Oh, which puts into play the idea that Sami Zayn could win the Rumble.
That's a possibility there. I mean, I think the most likely scenario here is John Cena winning the Rumble.
Okay, so I'm going to fight you on that one. Do you know why it's not going to be John Cena?
Because he's going to win an Elimination Chamber.
No, I'm not even sure. Well, yeah, but I don't think he's winning the title at Mania. The payoff is it's like Sheamus winning the IC title. The longer this year goes without him finishing his story, the better off we are.
The only problem with that, as you hear my dog who's scratching her collar right now. The only problem I have with that is that it sounds like Charlotte is going to have a rocket strapped to her when she gets back. And then that foregoes Cena from taking the record, the Ric Flair fake record. So I'm not as sure about that.
Yeah, I just want, here's the thing. We both, I really, if I'm picking somebody, my head says it's got to be Punk, and that hurts me a great deal to say it, but it's got to be Punk. They keep needling him about not main eventing WrestleMania.
Yeah, I honestly don't want it to be Punk. I don't think the story makes sense for it to be Punk, at least at this point.
Well, especially if it's either Cody or Kevin, it doesn't. Those are
right,
and him fighting Gunther. Gunther's going to be Cena. So, yeah, I'm very curious to see what's going to happen. Here's the reality is, if you look at the list of wrestlers in this match, almost anybody could be in this Rumble and win.
There's options. There's options there for a lot of people that make a lot of sense. So, I mean,
Drew, Seth, Punk.
Yeah, right. So it's just I'm not sure. I'm not sure my excitement level there is as high as it's going to be for something like a Kevin Cody match. So that's why I think that is probably the one I think is being better built here, because I think there's just, I hate to say it this way, too many options with the Rumble. There's no real clear favorite besides Cena.
Well, listen, I can fix this for you. You ready?
All right.
Let's go to the women's Rumble, because there is no options here. Nia Jax, Bayley, Charlotte Flair, Naomi, Bianca Belair, Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, Lyra Valkyria, Ivy Nile, Io Sky, Chelsea Green, Zelina Vega, Candice LeRae, and Piper Niven. So that's it's 14 out of 30, almost half.
Yeah.
And
there is one option for
Bianca Belair
on the girls' side. No.
Bianca Belair.
No. And she hasn't made it to the ring yet. At least on SmackDown.
Okay, go ahead. Who's your pick?
My pick for this is Jordynne Grace.
Oh wow! I really thought you were just going to say Charlotte Flair's winning the whole thing.
I mean, again, that is a very likely possibility. But I mean, at Jordynne Grace or Roxanne Perez, I really think this may be the year for a NXT winner to the Rumble on the girl side.
So here's the thing. I'd bet it's Charlotte just for one reason only. Elimination Chamber. there is no way they're letting Charlotte wrestle in the chamber. And if she's getting a title match at Mania, there's only two ways to do it.
Yeah. I mean, that's logical.
They're not letting her bump on that knee in the chamber.
Yeah. I mean, again, that's a distinct possibility. So
I just, the fun part with the women's rumble is going to be the women that come in.
Yeah.
For the men's rumble, I'm not sure we're getting a legend.
Again, distinctly possible as well.
I'm terrified we're getting ISO Speed or the other streamer in the rumble with a GoPro.
Yeah, we didn't name off the wrestlers that have been noted here for the rumble. LA Knight, Cena, Punk, Jay Uso, Roman Reigns, Rollins, McIntyre, Rey Mysterio, Sami Zayn.
Whoa. You didn't use his government name. It's Seth freaking Rollins.
Sure. I thought we were in the Netflix era. I thought we were going to drop an F-bomb with him. Nakamura, Paul, Penta, Gable, Breaker with multiple Ks, Carmelo, Priest, Santos Escobar, and Jacob Fatu.
And don't forget, definitely in this match, almost they haven't put him up there.
Yeah.
But he just dropped his title in Japan.
Yeah.
His tag title. So I am needed back in America. I wonder what you're needed back in America for, sir. You had to drop a title so you could show up for one night of work.
Yeah.
Greg, it'll still be
don't worry.
fun.
The night before, when they do the Andre the Giant Battle Royal before we induct Triple H into the Hall of Fame, which, by the way, I know we're late and we got to go, but who do you think is going to induct Triple H to the Hall of Fame? What does your heart say? What does your head say? Because I've got two different answers here.
I think this is the first time in history that the two guys who said they were going to put him in the Hall of Fame, I think they're doing it together. I think Michaels and Taker are doing it as a team.
So I think that's a possibility, and that's kind of where my head says. My heart says Stephanie McMahon.
Oh, can you imagine? Can
you imagine the ribbing she's going to give him going into the Hall of Fame? So now what I want is the two of them to start and let them do like this thing. And then Stephanie come out and interrupt them and say, you are not giving him enough. And then drop an S-bomb and say, yeah, let's go. And then she just piles it on. Yeah.
It's like, this is so funny.
Yeah.
I also want Stephanie McMahon to, is Savage in the Hall of Fame? He's got to be by now.
I don't know.
Okay, we don't have to look it up. So, but right. if he's not, then that's also she needs to put him into.
All right. Well, anyhow, let's go home
because we have 100 other things to do. So there are lots of great shows here in the Hub. You can check out our NXT review with our good friend Steve Swift. Steve does an excellent job recapping NXT. You can also check out the Raw Dogs, Randy C and Eric B, and also check out the main show with Jimmy and Donnie. There's incredible stuff going on there. The PCO interview this week was even if you heard on the radio, go back and download the podcast. The podcast version was the superior version by far. Yeah.
No a preview of who's the guest this week because I frankly forgot to find out. So sorry.
And story time with Jimmy. And I am excited for the Rumble tonight. So happy Rumble Day, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we the ones.
Throw someone out over a rope or something today to get yourself in the mood.
Throw somebody over something today to get yourself in the mood. That's the perfect ending. Good night, or good morning, or good Royal Rumble Day.
Revolutionary podcast in sports entertainment. Father Greg and Brad, the dad bless you all, the lovely tales. A Friday night, SmackDown and beyond. Go to the outer limits of your mind with the SmackDaddies. mind with the SmackDaddies.